As Singapore awoke to a new day in the month of April 1993, they poured themselves a cup of tea or coffee and turned the page of their morning paper. After scanning the first page, they are greeted with two prominent headlines. One about the condition of Lee Hsien Loong's health after he was diagnosed with cancer, and the other being the unfortunate death of Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee, who was killed during a filming accident. But as readers turned over to the next page, I'm willing to bet that headline was the one that caught the most attention. Accompanied with the headline, "I said old chap, he's gone," and a picture of confused tourists looking up at an empty pedestal, most didn't need to read the first few lines of the article to know what had happened. Sir Stamford Raffles was gone. Specifically, his statue was gone, which honestly raises more questions, but first let me explain who Sir Stamford Raffles was. Simply put, he was the main guy responsible for turning Singapore into a British colony. And it might seem strange to have a statue of a colonizer in the modern era, but according to Lee Kuan Yew, who was Singapore's longest serving Prime Minister, it was to honour the legacy that the British had done for the island. I'm not gonna go into detail on if colonization was good for Singapore because that's a whole other can of worms, but just know that most Singaporeans know who this guy is by name. Now, I say most because I asked my friend if he knew who Raffles was, to which he responded, and I quote, "Who the f is that?" before replying,
I'm not into politics.
But even though most Singaporeans know who he is, I'm willing to bet that their knowledge about Sir Stamford Raffles end there. Today, he isn't treated in the same regard as leaders like Lee Kuan Yew, and it's just a name Singaporeans only remember because of the various buildings and places named after him, despite being quite a crucial part of our history. Despite this, however, the statue of Raffles is still a significant enough landmark of Singapore that both tourists and locals like to flock to. Which is why when the new paper reported his supposed disappearance, it must have been quite the shocker.
To answer the question of how the statue got stolen, well, I'm at the scene of the crime as we speak. Yes, measuring 3.05 meters tall, this white poly marble statue was stolen on the 1st of April 1993. So, how exactly did they do it? I mean, come on, even my muscular arms couldn't move this statue an inch. Well, the new paper was able to interview a dock worker who claimed to have witnessed the heist in progress. While sleeping in his bubble, the worker heard the noise of a mechanical device before spotting a few men working at the base of the statue. And now, the worker supposedly witnessed a small crane lift the statue up in the air and place it in the back of the lorry before driving off. Some of the tourists that the newspaper were able to interview expressed their disappointment of the missing statue. For example, one Norma Jean was quoted as saying, "How tiresome of it to have been stolen just when we were visiting. I saved for the last 6 years to come here. Of course I'm disappointed."
Authorities understandably scrambled for a solution, chalking the theft as being an elaborate joke done by pranksters, and one member of the Preservation of Monument Board even considered the possibility of replacing Sir Stamford Raffles with another historical figure should they fail to uncover the lost statue. Now, one has to wonder where a 3-meter tall statue of a man most Singaporeans recognize could have possibly gone in a country like Singapore, especially when that statue is right smack in the middle of the city area. Well, the next day, readers got that answer in the next edition of the new paper, where they found out that the statue of Raffles had not been moved from its original location at all, and it turned out to be a big April Fool's joke after all. It was revealed that the statue was made to vanish with a little bit of technology from the new paper's art department. So, in short, the new paper was lying about the disappearance as a joke. If the new paper wanted a reaction, they certainly got it. Their office received more than 30 calls and 7 faxed letters inquiring about the mysterious disappearing statue. Some, like office clerk Christine Tan, rushed to the statue site to see for herself, and she was initially baffled at how fast they were able to locate and replace the statue before realizing it to be a hoax. Some were disgruntled, like this person who said,
Tell your photographer it's not funny. I'll have my 50 cents refunded if you pull the jokes on us readers. And I've just sacrificed my lunchtime teh tarik to buy your paper.
While some actually knew how to take a joke. Thanks for the joke, it was a good one. Believe it or not, this wouldn't be the last time Raffles would vanish, because from the 29th of December 2018 to the 3rd of January 2019, the statue was painted with some sort of paint that made Raffles see-through to commemorate the 200th anniversary of him landing in Singapore. Making Raffles transparent was to highlight the other people that made Singapore the way that it is right now, like the other contributors. I might make a video on them, probably not. I actually stumbled across this article whilst working on another video, and I thought that it was cool enough to warrant its own video. Brands do April Fool's stunts pretty often, but nowadays I don't really remember any newspaper themselves doing something like this. I mean, it makes sense, right? Newspapers are supposed to be the pillars of truth and whatnot. And hell, this joke article had some callers even question if Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, had actually died. Still, come on, it was made kinda obvious that it was April Fool's, with even the Straits Times reporting some news about it. I'm sorry that this and the last video kind of involved me tricking the viewers, but rest assured, the next video will be quite the explosive one, and well, it's definitely going to be made by the next window. Hey, if you know, you know. Oh yeah, also thanks for watching.